Hey freelancers, what's up? Brad Hussey here from bradhussey.ca and freelancingfreedom.com. I help web designers and developers improve their craft and start freelance businesses. And today I want to share with you a really exciting tool that I built. The name I have right now at the time of this recording is Freelance Business Generator. I was trying to think of some quirky, funny title, but I couldn't come up with anything. But what it is right now is Freelance Business Generator. It's an interactive tool. Choose your own adventure style that will help you formulate a unique plan and strategy for starting your own freelance business. So I'm going to walk through it with you here, show you how to use it, and then you're more than welcome to get started. It's a free tool so that you can use it and apply it to your situation. So I'm going to hit let's go. This is just basically saying what we use the information for. It's for internal use only. This is just to comply with GDPR and all the privacy things. We have a privacy policy in terms of use there. We need your first name and your best email. All right, just a little introduction to myself. I'm just saying, hey, I'm Brad. I'm excited to dive into this with you today. Let's get started. So now, what is your primary craft? I'm going to use me as an example, and I'm going to fabricate some answers just so that we can, just to show you how this works rather than going deep into my specific business. But many of us here are web developers, so let's start with that. What is your ideal outcome regarding the size of your business? So do you want a hobby, a profitable side hustle, quit your job and go full-time? Or do you want to replace both your income and your spouse's income or your partner's income so they can quit too? I'm going to say D. Now the first step is to set a revenue goal. This is the fun part, or at least the beginning of the fun part. The whole thing is fun. What's your ideal annual revenue as a web developer? Let's go with $150,000 because I just wrote and published a blog post called How to Make $150,000 as a Freelancer. So I want to go with that number. So let's break that down. To generate $150,000, how much is that per month? So right now, I'm using Typeform and it doesn't let me perform math operations. So in a future upcoming version of this, I might build this out so that it can do all the math for you, but it's very basic. If you chose 150,000, the numbers correspond with what you just chose. So it's really basic math. So you can see I chose 150. It was E, obviously, that is $12,500 per month. Okay, 150,000 isn't going to make itself. Let's get started. Target audience. First, we need to define who we're serving, what they struggle with, and how you can solve their problem. All right. So as a web developer, who is your ideal target audience? Who are you trying to help? What business, sector, organization, area, audience are you wanting to provide value for? Let's go with, let's say, realtors. Let's make it personal. Give a name to someone who represents your target audience. I'm going to go with Tony G. What does Tony G struggle with in their business? Think about this. To better understand what Tony G struggles with, the easier it will be to communicate with them, relate, and develop a solution. So what does Tony G struggle with in his realtor business? Well, I'm going to say getting leads from his website on a daily basis. All right, let's go with that. So if Tony G were given a magic wand to completely solve his number one problem in business, what would that solution look like? Don't be shy, get creative. Remember, this is the ideal magic wand solution, one that Tony G wouldn't hesitate to pay big money for. So what's that magic wand? Remember his problem? What's that magic wand that just solves that problem? Let's see. What does that solution look like? A website that generates at least 20 new leads per day, resulting in a huge increase in business. Boom. All right. Now we're going to go in the bare bones income and minimum viable solution. So we need to figure out our basic income needs and the simplest solution to Tony G's problem. So what's the absolute minimum monthly income that you need to survive? So think of the necessities: food, shelter, basic needs. Go very, very, very basic. I'm not asking you to go, be poor or anything like that. I'm just asking you, think about if you needed to just start from scratch and you needed the absolute basics to get you to the next month. What does that look like? Typically, it's a lot less than we think. So I'm going to go with 4,000. Let's say 4,000. And which which works out to how much per year. Again, I can't perform math operations in type form. Eventually I'll update this, but right now you gotta break this out for me here. So basic math. So 4,000 per month, that works out to, again, these correspond, these letters. So 48,000, very basic math. So we're going to come back to that number. Now that we know our ideal target audience and what they struggle with, we need to develop a solution to solve that problem. So let's start by developing a minimum viable solution, or MVS, also known as a minimum viable product, or MVP. This is a fancy way of saying I have 48 hours to develop and pitch a simple solution to Tony G that will ease his pain. So if you were given 48 hours to develop an MVS to Tony G's problem, what would that be? So something very, very basic. We need to come up with the bare minimum solution to help ease the pain of his problem. Obviously, we can't solve the big problem right now, but something that will ease the pain. What does that look like? I'm going to say a simple branded landing page that converts with a lead magnet and email capture, resulting in daily email leads. All right. So what is the pricing model for this minimum viable solution? So this simple branded landing page with a lead magnet and an email capture that says, hey, download these three, the checklist that you need before you sell your home. Remember, we're thinking realtors here. So, that's a lead magnet, and, give me your name and email, and then boom, now Tony G has an email. So we want to get him that email. We want to get him that simple minimum viable solution. So what's the pricing model for this MVS? So one-time fee, a retainer, payment plan, or other. So these are common ones. You could put other if you have a different kind of setup, commission-based or something. I'm going to say for this, it's going to be, let's go with one-time fee. Yeah. So how much am I going to charge for this MVS? $500 a month, $2,500, payment plan, what is it? So I said one-time fee. So the cost for the simple landing page, bam, I'm going to say $500, just like that. Keep it simple. All right, so let's get this straight. Your MVS is a one-time fee, $500, and it's a simple branded landing page with a lead magnet and email capture system resulting in daily email leads. Bam, there it is. Simple product solution right there. Something I can develop in 48 hours. I could code up a landing page with an email system and say, Tony G, here it is. Here's what we're going to do. So time for some simple math. How many monthly sales at $500 do you require to meet your bare bones income of $4,000 a month? So simple math, we're going to say 4,000 divided by 500, that's 8. So we need 8 monthly sales at $500. So 8 clients at $500. So we simply need to get, need to get 8 clients in order to meet that bare bones income. So the reason why I wanted to do this is our bare bones income should be covered by our minimum viable solution, because that's something that we can get going quickly. If you need money fast, you need cash flow fast, developing a big business plan, a big premium product or course or freelancing service, it's not going to cut it. You're going to run out of time and money really quick. You got 48 hours. You need money now. You need to pay the bills. What do you got to do to make $4,000? You need to sell 8 of those landing pages. Okay, that's not a lot of people. You know more than 8 people. So we're going to keep going here. So we got 8. All right, so now we're getting somewhere. You require 8 sales at $500 to meet your bare bones income requirement. Great. So now, what steps can you take starting today to develop your MVS in 48 hours or less? So this is the challenge. So what are you going to do starting today to get that rolling? So this is where I'm not going to waste too much time here, but this is where I encourage you to spend some time thinking about it. What are you going to do? So mock up a simple landing page that'll appeal to most realtors in my city. I'm going to code it up in HTML and CSS. I'm going to integrate a simple email capture system, put it up on a simple website with a demo of the landing page so that the realtors can go through and check it out and go, oh, wow, I want this. And that's going to serve as a way for me to market the product, and demo the landing page to my target client. I meet a realtor. I give them a call. I say, hey, I'd love to chat with you about something to get you more leads. Check it out. I'm building a solution that gets a landing page company that helps realtors just like you in my local area get more leads every single day. I'd love to give you a free demo of it. Boom. There we go. I can do that in 48 hours. I can do that in 3 hours. So imagine what you can do with 48. Okay, so there we go. Those are the steps I can take, my action steps. Great. So what steps can you take starting today to notify family, friends, colleagues, acquaintances, the general public, maybe your target audience about your new business and your MVS? Make some phone calls. Reach out to my realtor friends or friends of friends, realtors. Text 50 people, email 100 people. Post on social media and mention some local realtors. Bam. We're winning here, guys. Okay, now we're going to move into your flagship solution. So we just did the minimum viable solution. Now we're moving into the flagship solution. So this is your premium offering, the meat and potatoes of your business. This is, there are a few reasons why we launch our business with an MVP first and not a flagship solution. One, MVPs are I said MVP here, but that stands for minimum viable product, but we were talking about minimum viable solution. Same thing, little typo. So MVPs are quick to build, therefore allow us to generate cash flow quickly. MVPs are priced competitively, usually a bit lower, and capture our first small customers to get the ball rolling, maybe to get some referrals. And flagship solutions, they take time to plan, build, and launch. And usually you won't have enough time because you need cash flow. So as a new business, our leads aren't ready to pay those premium or flagship, the prices for the premium solution or the flagship solutions. So we want to, now that we figured out an idea for MVP or MVS, we're going to move into the flagship. So now that we got our basic income needs, in theory, covered with our minimum viable solution, let's shift to the flagship. Okay, unlike our MVP, our flagship solution is the full, complete, ideal solution to Tony G's business problem. Remember when Tony G waved that magic wand to solve his biggest business problem? So in your words, or in my words in this case, Tony G's biggest problem was getting leads from his website on a daily basis. And his magic wand solution was a website that generates at least 20 new leads per day, resulting in a huge increase in business. Okay, this more or less will be the focus of your flagship solution. So explain in plain English what your ideal flagship solution is all about. Bam! I provide tailor-made custom online branding and marketing solutions for high-end realtors in Chicago. From email marketing to web design and branding, we ensure our clients have the most effective marketing strategy in place to get them exactly what they need, an abundance of new, qualified leads on a daily basis. Okay, we can work with that. Now let's give a name to your flagship solution. So what are you going to call it? Now remember, this isn't official. You can change this. This is just so we can stop calling it flagship solution and call it something specific. So there we go. And I'm just going to throw a little registered trademark marketing solutions for realtors. Boom. I'm going to call it that. It's kind of lame. So what type of offering is marketing solutions for realtors? Well, as I mentioned, it's a custom tailored service. All right. So what's the pricing model for marketing solutions for realtors? I am going to go with a monthly retainer. And how much do you typically charge for marketing solutions for realtors? So what's that price look like with a monthly retainer? So it's a subscription retainer. I want to keep them on retainer because this is an ongoing branding, solution from offline branding to digital marketing. So it's a big full service tailored solution. You want to keep us on board so we can make sure you get the most out of your advertising, your marketing, your website, and everything. So I'm going to say this is a $10,000 a month. Sounds big, but we're talking premium realtors in a big city. And if you can deliver them more than $10,000 of value per month with your services, this is a no-brainer. Okay, so let's aim for marketing solutions for realtors to account for 50% of your total ideal revenue. So I said my ideal revenue in this case is $150,000. So I need to account for 50% of that, which is going to be what my flagship product covers. All right, so some more basic math. What is 50% of 150,000? Well, that's 75,000. Now, how many sales of marketing solutions for realtors at $10,000 a month are required to get you 75,000? Again, some basic math. That would be 7.5. So let's round up to 8. So we need 8 sales of $10,000 a month. Okay. Now, remember, you need to launch your business and start generating cash flow first. Therefore, the MVS should take priority. That said, let's come up with a plan for building and launching that flagship solution. So what do you require to build your flagship solution? What steps are you going to take to breathe life into it, build it, and launch it? This is an example of getting this rolling. Again, this is you giving yourself action steps. I've created a very simple, abridged version. This should actually be pretty in-depth for you. The more you put in, the more you get out. So make it easy and clear for you to understand what do you need to do. All right, now let's move to our income bridge. So I've come up with this term that I call income bridge. And it's in its simplest form, it's a product or service that you can package up and sell on autopilot. So some may call it a passive income stream, but what it is its purpose is to act as a revenue generator that helps carry you across the low revenue months or income valleys that are inevitably experienced by freelancers. So when you have those low months and less client work, this helps carry you across, hence bridge. The benefits of building an income bridge are it acts as a steady revenue generator, softens the blow of those low months, requires minimal maintenance and effort after it is built, sells on autopilot once you've established a basic marketing strategy so you can continue the sales. 24-hour lead generator for your business, so you don't need to be there for the transaction to take place or for the value to be delivered. It also acts as an intro product to new customers. So you can lead with your income bridge. Now that you have this in place, you could say, hey, whether you personally recommend it to them or they find your website, it's something that is more affordable, more competitively priced perhaps, not as expensive as your, in this case, $10,000 a month premium offering. It's something much more affordable, something that is lower risk but high value. It provides social proof for your brand. So for example, you're talking to a realtor and you say, I literally wrote the book on, and this is if you create a book as your income bridge. We'll get into that. So in this case, I said, I literally wrote the book on SEO for dentists. So if your client is a dentist and you do SEO, then that's kind of an acts as social proof. If you have a lot of customers for your income bridge, then you could say, I've got like 500 customers who've downloaded my ebook or purchased my book or downloaded and are enrolled in my course, so on and so forth. And since you're not present for the transaction to take place, this is scalable and has the potential to completely replace your flagship product's revenue. So if you make 5 sales a month, it's just as much effort for you to make 500 sales a month. Now, it's a whole different level and scale to make that happen, but you don't have to put 500 times the effort to sell that much. So let's jump into it. What type of income bridge would you like to build? Well, I'm going to go with online course because that's that's my wheelhouse. But I've also done ebooks. I've considered doing a physical book. I've done downloadable resources. I have communities, memberships, clubs. I built little plugins and things here and there. You can do other, but I'm going to choose online course. So explain the idea behind your online course. What does it do? What the problem does it solve? How will you build it? What tools and software, so on and so forth. Take some time to hash out your idea. Remember, specifically when relating to your client and his problem. So in this case, Tony G, realtor, wants daily leads. So what is the online course about? Who's it for? What does it do? Just going with that. Go with what the tools you'd use. So, for me, I'd say I'd use Teachable, or in some cases, someone might say Udemy or Thinkific. There's a bunch of tools out there, a WordPress plugin. Go through it and hash out how the idea behind your online course, how you'd build it. And the more detailed, the better for you. How are you going to market your online course? I'm going to go with, and you choose as many as you like. So word of mouth, you're going to tell people about it because you're starting from zero. Once I start generating some leads, I'll also do some Facebook ads, and maybe I will go crazy with some offline ads as well. How much will you charge for your online course? I'm going to go with $299 because I feel like that's a pretty fair price. If I can get realtors 2 or 3 leads, that's worth way more than $299. If I could teach them how to do it themselves, then I've brought the value. Now you might think, well, why would I teach them how to do that when my flagship product is to do that for them? Well, the course is to give them value, train them on how to do it. They'll clearly see it's a lot of work. And if they want to be really effective, why don't they hire the expert? You. So what steps can you take to start researching, building, and launching your online course? Read blogs, articles, books, videos. So that's the research. You can put actual blogs like Smart Passive Income, my website, ConvertKit has great resources, Teachable has great resources, yada, yada, yada. Building it, I won't get into it, but you get the idea here. Putting it all together. This is where things get really interesting. So this is the part I'm excited to show you. So far, my MVS, minimum viable solution, annual revenue is $48,000. My flagship annual revenue is $75,000. So if I put those two numbers together, what do I get? So we got 75,000 plus 48,000. That's 123,000. 123,000. All right. So now let's take our annual revenue goal of 150,000 and subtract 123,000 from it. 27,000 left over. So this means your online course needs to generate 27,000 in sales each year. So some more math. How many online course sales at $299 will get you approximately 27,000? Go with 90 sales per year. That's it. All right. Time to generate those custom results unique to the web developer business with a goal of $150,000 in revenue. So hit that submit button right here. Generate the report. All right, it says custom report is being sent directly to your inbox. So let's go check that out. All right, and here's my custom report. An email from Typeform/me. It says, hey Brad, thanks for taking the time to play with the tool. Below is the unique summary and action plan. Check it out. So we're gonna start with your MVS. Your MVS, this is all based on the data that you input in the form. So your MVS should earn you at least $4,000 a month and ideally covers your bare bones income requirements. This will keep you afloat while you focus on building a solid flagship solution, aka the marketing solutions for realtors product. In order to generate your MVS target of $4,000 a month, you need to make 8 sales at $500. In your words, here's what you said you'd do to build your MVS. Mock up a simple landing page that will appeal to most realtors in my city, code it in HTML, CSS, yada, yada, yada. So this is what I said that I would do as an action step. Here are the steps that you said you'd take to try to get your first MVS customers. Make some phone calls, reach out to my realtor friends of realtors, text 50 people, email, blah, 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 blah. Now, let's move on to our flagship solution. Your flagship solution should earn you at least 50% of your ideal revenue goal, which for you is $75,000. You'll need 8 annual sales at $10,000 a month to hit that target. Here are the steps that you said you'd take to start building your flagship solution and marketing it to your customers. I'm going to draft a simple proposal, blah, 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 blah. There we go. Now we're going to move to our income bridge. You chose online course as your income bridge. Your MVS and flagship earn you most of your income, which means your income bridge needs to earn the remaining $27,000. You'll need 90 sales per year to reach that target. Here's how you explained your online course. An online course for realtors, yada, yada, yada. Here's how you were going to market it. Word of mouth, email, digital, advertising, offline ads, so on and so forth. And here are the steps you said you'd take to research, plan, and build it. Read some blogs, articles, books, videos, etc., and whatever else you put. So there's your custom report based on what you input in that form. You're free to use this form as many times as you want. You can go back and do it again, try a new business model, experiment, and you should be getting a report each time that you fill that out. And if you have any questions, I'm here to help. To close it up, I wanted to let you know that this is just an exercise. It's not the secret sauce or magic solution to succeeding in your business. It's meant to provide you with some structure, inspiration, and guidance to get started. So planning and playing with the numbers, that's kind of the easy and it's a fun part. It's a really fun part. But now it's time to get to work and make that dream a reality. So as you've seen in the form that we just filled out, it's not impossible. You can break it out into a few different strategies and start tackling that goal. Launching a freelance business, getting clients, and scaling your efforts, it can be scary. And it feels like you're doing it alone most of the time. But you don't have to feel that way. You don't have to be scared. In fact, I'd love to help you achieve your goals. Yes, even the one that you put in the form, whether it's 60,000 or 250,000. You see, I teach web designers and web developers to launch, plan, and grow and scale their freelance businesses. I've taught hundreds of students from all over the world how to do exactly this, and I'm inviting you to become one of them. So to get started and to prove to you that I can provide value and help you on this journey, in your freelance journey, you're going to get an email from me right away. That's day 1 of 7. It's a free email course that's 7 days, 7 steps to getting started with your freelance business. And you're going to get a daily email from me. Also, I'm inviting you to go and sign up for my totally free training workshop at freelancingfreedom.com. And I'm going to let the workshop do all the talking. And we're going to go, if you liked this, you're going to like that even more. We're going to go in depth with launching a business, what it takes, the formula for launching a business, what you need from defining your customer, your niche, your offer, your skills, and how to launch and everything involved. I want to see you there. And I am confident that if this is what you want to do, if you want to take these next steps into launching a freelance business, You don't need to do it alone. I would love to help. Check out that email I just sent you. And if you're willing and you're ready, check out freelancingfreedom.com. Thank you, everybody. Brad Hussey here from bradhussey.ca and freelancingfreedom.com. And here's to your freelancing success. Cheers.